journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. Certainly, the people of Gombe State have witnessed and are testifying to this adage in their quest to making one of the youngest states in Nigeria a star in the horizon. Among the drivers in this journey of taking Gombe State to the promised land, Dr. Ibrahim Hassan Dankwambo stands out of the crowd. The desire of the governor of raising Gombe State to stand shoulder equal with cosmopolitan cities of the country became clear when he accepted his appointment as the Accountant General of the state by the first civilian governor of the state, Alhaji Abubakar Habu Hashidu, in 1999. Dankwambo served for 6 consecutive years in that capacity, and taking a step up the ladder, he was appointed as the Accountant General of the Federation by the then President, Chief Dr. Olusegun Obasanjo, in 2005. He held the position for another 6 good years, until in 2011 when the people of Gombe State beckoned on him to come back home, this time around to join politics and contest for the governorship of the state under the platform of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. The Taliban Gombe won the election with a landslide victory. The people of the state, regardless of religion or ethnic difference, came out massively and voted for him. When Dankwambo took over the mantle of leadership of Gombe State for the first term as executive governor in 2011, a visitor to the state would mistake the state capital for one gigantic project site, looking at the unprecedented constructions going on. Since then, Dr. Ibrahim Dankwambo laid the foundation for his administration to transform the state capital to a model city, with equal transformation in the local governments, linking them up with the metropolis for economic prosperity of the state, given equal opportunities to all citizens. While the governor keeps faith with his social contract with the electorate, observers have since smelt sterling leadership qualities in him, given his transparency, accountability, level-headedness, and above all, his philanthropic posture in life.
The 12-member sector committee that was set up by His Excellency to advise as to the direction or way forward came out with a report. And that report formed what we now call Gombe State Action Plan. And that action plan is meant to last over the tenure of His Excellency, the Governor of Gombe State. When all your subordinates are on board, when principal officers are not in doubt as to the policy direction of the government, and everybody is on board. And I'm happy to report to you, as the chief scribe of His Excellency, the Governor, he has done extremely well in that direction. All of us are on board. All decisions taken, we are collectively responsible for all decisions taken by His Excellency. And it's based on our advice that such decisions are arrived at.
When His Excellency came on board, that is, Dr. Ibrahim Hassan Dankwambo came on board, he started with reforming the Kalari. He created marshals. The first batch, he took them to just for training. After training, they came back, and of course, they were given jobs to do. So, with that, most of them were reformed, and they stopped what we call Kalari.
One of the 14 principles of management as propounded by Henry Fayol, who is regarded as the father of modern management theory, is subordination of the individual interest to general interest, which emphasizes that the interest of one person should not take priority over and above the societal interest. Dankwambo's disposition to achieving success is the true reflection of Gombe State in the last 7 years of his stewardship, as giant strides are being recorded in various sectors of the state's economy. as it has been established that no society develops in an atmosphere of rancor. Therefore, the reorientation of the psyche of the Kalari thugs was among the first social projects of the Dankwambo-led administration. Over 4,000 were trained to assist in traffic control, environmental protection, and providing security in schools as well as other public places.
When he was sworn in as a governor, he set up a committee, 11-man sector committee. Lucky enough, there is a committee of youth empowerment or youth rehabilitation. The committee was headed by the former Minister for Environment and now the Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations, Hajia Amina Ibrahim. With a lot of people that have a lot of knowledge about youth, they go around the country. They visited Lagos, Port Harcourt, Kaduna, to mention but a few. They came up with a blueprint on how these vulnerable youths are going to be part and parcel in decision making in the state.
Thank to the governor of Gombe State, and I want to thank for the Commissioner of Youth. I want to thank for the Commissioner of Education for what they have done for us.
Skilled youth are also being engaged as thousands were recruited in different ministries, with the education sector recording the highest employment rate.
The current situation, most of the states, the governors are struggling to pay school salaries to their workers, but still, we in Gombe, we have the privilege of being employed.
Honestly, Governor Ibrahim Hassan Dankwambo have done very well, and because of that, inshallah, I will never let him down. I will never let the entire people of Gombe State down. Inshallah, I will do all our best in trying to impart the knowledge to our students, inshallah.
When Nigeria, especially the northeast region, was hit by Boko Haram insurgents, Gombe State was the most secured state in the region, making it the safe haven for internally displaced persons. Dankwambo provided temporary camps to house the visitors, while others were accommodated among the people, with the government providing them food and other basic needs, giving them a sense of belonging. The Talban Gombe approach to security matters keeps the state safe, nipping in the bud any tendency to breach of peaceful coexistence such as the farmers-herders clash.
In the course of my visit to other state chief executives, I'll have to discuss with them that if they could adopt the template being presently being used in Gombe State, maybe it could be useful. You know, bringing everybody together and having a kind of a robust police and other security agents presence in all these areas. I mean, it could do a lot to assist.
Roads network are indispensable in taking development to the grassroots. For this reason, Dankwambo has been converting unmotorable rural roads to standard gauge-tarred roads, enabling the rural folks and farmers have access to market their produce. This is indeed a boost to the state's economy. The capital city that had only one dual carriage road of few kilometers now has most of the streets dualized, with all the roads furnishing and street lights powered by Meccano energy generators to avoid power outage that may disrupt the breathtaking beauty of the nightlife now in Gombe.
In 7 years of Gombe, Dr. Ibrahim Hassan Dankwambo's governance, I would say that at least it's very applaudable, because we've constructed about 1,600 and something kilometers of road. And this is something that is very, very laudable because of the limited resources we have in the state. And there are so many bridges around town when you go in rural and in urban areas. Likewise, we've been embarking on so many federal projects, of which we wish that it will be reimbursed as soon as possible.
Residents and visitors alike behold the capital city as a tourist destination.
really, the place looks very beautiful and it's like, wow, I really love it. And the governor is really trying.
Actually, Gombe is becoming something else. Even in Abuja, I don't think we are comparing with Abuja. So I pray that the governor will put more effort. We really enjoy.
Governor Dankwambo looks beyond the boundaries of the state and country for opportunities in building the state of dream for the people.
Our first impression of Gombe State is the street nights. It was very impressive. And everybody had a very good sleep in the Gombe International Hotel. I should say, we even see some Chinese elements inside. China will continue to open its wider, and we welcome Nigerian investors to invest in China. But we also encourage Chinese investors to come here and invest in Gombe, in Nigeria. So that is why first impression. This is a very good nest for us Chinese investors. I think they are very interesting. China and Nigeria has very cordial relations.
The environment and the state is properly secured. So whatever it is, as our first responsibility as people of government, is that we should ensure security for those investors, security for their businesses when they establish, and security for their properties, and ensure that we do not do sharp practices to discourage them from doing more businesses with us. Gombe people have been very, very enterprising people. There are a lot of barriers, and they have some of them that at one time we wanted to open up a trade link between the Gombe State Chamber of Commerce and the people of China. Though we have gone through some period of economic difficulty between 2014 to 2016 and early 2017, but as we are going out, we will encourage this kind of practice to continue going on.
Agriculture, which is the mainstay of the state's economy, also receives boost, courtesy of the Talban Gombe government. Hundreds of tons of fertilizer procured, agricultural equipment for mechanized farming and high-quality seeds are made available to farmers at subsidized rate, empowering them to engage in both wet and dry season farming.
When the federal government took the decision to go into blending of fertilizers for the 2017 season, all states were contacted to key in. Gombe State government expressed its interest and keyed in to procure 20,000 metric tons of NPK 2010-10 from the program. After fertilizer must have reached Gombe at the price of 5,000, excluding cost of transportation, state government may still consider giving some subsidy on top of this one. But under the arrangement, even to the farmer, it is made by law that the fertilizers to the farm should not be more than 5,500 per bag, including the cost of transportation by the producer and by the distributor from the blending plants to the market.
Focus in provision of present and future manpower for not only the state but beyond is in all aspects of human endeavor, which is why the education sector ranks high in the governor's priority. To achieve this dream, Ibrahim Hassan Dankwambo conceived and gave birth to 5 new tertiary institutions that are fully operational. They are the College of Education Bellary, Gombe State University of Science and Technology Kumo, State Polytechnic Bajoga, College of Legal and Islamic Studies Nafada, and the College of Nursing and Midwifery Duku, with a view to providing accessible and qualitative education to the teeming youth in the state.
Education has been the key priority of this service of Dr. Ibrahim Hassan Dankwambo's administration, given his pedigree, given his vast wealth of experience, given his background and his commitment and interest in the development of our youth and our state. So as a means to provide a sense of hope, a sense of direction, a sense of vision to our youth, he decided to focus on education. And so far, we thank God for having him at this particular period, because we find out that our youth have now changed their attitude and behavior, have seen vision, have seen hope in him, embracing the issue of education, which has helped to eliminate to a large extent the youth disorientation, disenchantment, and also the calare phenomenon. And our youth now are very anxious and committed to pursue higher education in particular, and education in general.
When Governor Dankwambo led a powerful delegation to the National Universities Commission, Abuja, on October 26, 2017, for the presentation of strategic documents and request for the recognition of the new State University of Science and Technology, the Executive Secretary of the Commission, Professor Abubakar Adamu Rashid, did not hide his joy in congratulating the peace-loving people of Gombe State for attaining that feat, as according to him, Gombe State is the second in the northern region to establish 2 state-owned universities, besides Kano State.
I write on behalf of the National Universities Commission, NUC, to inform Your Excellency that with effect from today, Thursday, 26 October 2017, the Gombe State University of Science and Technology, Kumo, has been recognized as the 46th.
The situation we find ourselves of underdevelopment is mainly due to our poor background in science and technology. Therefore, the University of Science and Technology is coming at the right time, because we want to move to the next century, and also is an opportunity that will be given to indigenes of Gombe State and all Nigerians at large to have the opportunity in studying science and technology, so that we will be involved and we move forward as a country to the production sector. So I think it's timely that we have recognized the importance of science and technology for the development of Gombe State and for the development of this country.
The present administration did not leave any stone unturned in overhauling the initially dilapidated primary and secondary schools across the state. Primary schools classes are now spacious, with the number of pupils and teachers per class in accordance with the prescription of the United Nations Children Fund, UNICEF. The state capital and the 11 local government areas now have central model primary schools, a development that sends average private schools packing, because parents prefer the model school standard of education for their words.
Today have pegged the number of pupils that should be in a class to 45, maximum of 45 pupils per class for the primary school. And that has helped us a great deal. You know, in terms of the teaching, it has made teaching easier. Control and class management has improved, and also teachers are able to give assignments to their pupils, and they are able to mark the assignments promptly, and also to be able to give remedial works in the course of their teaching. They know individual students by name, pupils by name, and that has contributed a lot in the educational achievement of the children. So what His Excellency has done has impacted on the pupils positively, and there is improvement in teaching and learning in our primary schools and senior secondary schools across the state.
Turning to other monumental achievements by the rare gem and his winning team, we see the Women and Children Hospital Gombe, a one-stop shop health center, the first of its kind in the Northeast region. Approaching the state capital from western side, one is greeted by the International Conference Center, an edifice described by many who visit Gombe as an investment not only for the benefit of Gombe State, but a rare gift to the Northeast and the country in general. Before one is done imagining the billions of naira sunk in the International Conference Center, the Gombe Trailers parking bay comes to sight, another massive structure designed to house heavy-duty trucks to prevent the catastrophe of derailing trucks owing to the undulating topography of the city. There is also the multi-billion naira mega motor park, which takes away the attention of those coming to Gombe from northern axis, a structure designed with all the features that befits a central motor park anywhere in the world. All this and the strategic landmarks that punctuate the city center makes the state truly a jewel in the savannah. The injailable footprints of the Dankwambo administration are being noticed. This is evident in the several awards both within and outside the country given the Talban Gombe a morale booster. Dankwambo was the recipient of the 2012 Presidential Award on Infrastructural Development and Rejuvenating the Education Industry by the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Winner of the prestigious Zik Award in 2015, recipient of the Nigeria's Most Outstanding Governor on Infrastructural Development by a non-governmental organization called Nigerian German Business Association. The event took place in Frankfurt, Germany on 20th May 2014. Governor Dankwambo of Gombe State was awarded Governor of the Decade by Daily Times Nigeria in 2017. The Nigerian Institute of Quantity Surveyors awarded Dankwambo the Award of Integrated Infrastructure Development also in 2017. The governor also backs the National Merit Award for Excellent Leadership by the Nigerian Automobile Technicians Association, NATA.
When I visited Gombe for the first time in my life, where His Excellency Alhaji Ibrahim Dankwambo invited me, what I see in Gombe really proves that he done better. So I visited more than 160 new roads that I see with my eyes. So look at how they mention his achievement. They are the one who, even this achievement of single treasury account that we are in this federal government today is initiated by His Excellency, and this is an idea by him. So he brought an uncountable achievement to our nation.
Anywhere good work has been recognized, you feel happy and you feel more challenged or encouraged to do more, because when they say you have done good, it's also opportunity for some other people to look into areas where you have not done. But you see, we always welcome critique too, so that it will encourage us to do more. Today, myself and members of my team that came, we are all happy, and we feel that maybe we are on the right course of developing our state. Like we said when we came in 2011, that we are saddled with responsibility and we are focused to do our very best to make sure that we don't disappoint our people. So for these encomiums coming from professionals, ordinarily if you watch, I don't attend this kind of events because I have received so many kind of awards in the past, and I have seen organizations that are not very serious that are looking for one thing or the other. But for Institute of Quantity Surveyors to recognize something, you know that thing is good and that thing is worthwhile, and we're all happy about it.
This is just to mention but a few, beside the traditional honors done to him within and outside the state. To effectively deliver on his social covenant with the people of Gombe State, Dankwambo operates an open-door policy in administration. He visits the people high and low, no matter where they live, to rejoice with those celebrating and to mourn with those who suffer any kind of loss. Dankwambo has endeared himself in the hearts of the people with what he is dishing out, which posterity will only judge. With activities towards the 2019 general elections in Nigeria gathering momentum, young Dankwambo, an icon of hope, a financial expert, an astute administrator, a man who succeeds against all odds, who many believe is synonymous with victory in every good thing he desires, as demonstrated in his clean survival of the political tsunami that swept many political formations in the country in 2015, is a force to reckon with.